Okay, we're going to make a bastard pack. As you can see, we already have, this is all, the U-bolts are taken off, the axle's separated from the leaf spring here. I did a suspension lift up front with some parts I had. Now I got to make the back match up because it was squatting pretty bad. So I have some old Rubicon Express springs. They've been through a rollover, so the main spring is bent and the bushings are pretty roached out. So I don't feel like buying brand new bushings and straightening out that spring and putting this junk on there. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put all the springs on there except for the main spring. And we're going to remove these 3 springs here. We're going to keep the main spring on, and we're going to put this spring stack, this pack here, underneath the main spring on the car. The Rubicon Express springs are made out of 5/16, and this stuff is 1/4 inch. So it's going to work out okay, you know. Trying to save a buck here, trying to make it work instead of going out and throwing money at an old car. We're going to try to make it work, and I have a feeling we're going to be successful with it. I will keep you updated on this one as we go. What we'll have to do is I'll take my cutoff wheel and cut these straps off of this. There's 3 on this one and 3 on the other. And over here, what you do is you unbolt these clips here on this guy. Take your center bolt out, and then the whole pack will come apart like this. And you basically just pick what you need out of them. Like I said, we're going to leave the top spring out. And we're going to put all these bad boys on here, right over here on the mainspring. And we're going to see how that gets us, because this doesn't give us enough lift back here, and it's bottoming out on these shocks here that are basically, these shocks are made for a lift kit. This has no lift here. So when this compresses up, that shock there, it bottoms out prematurely. So you're not getting, you know, the travel you could potentially get out of stock springs. So we're going to lift the ass end of this Cherokee up and make it work better. So here we go. Okay, here we are now. I have took a real long bolt like this one here, and I screwed another nut onto it down here. Then I routed them both off on the grinder, so they made a pin, an indexing pin down here to index into the axle housing. And as you can see, the pack is all setting up here. I just got it enough, and I just got the thread started. So it's going to take some force to pull all this together. And see how far our deep well socket will take it. It's not as far as it'll take it. Now I'm going to cut that off with the cutoff wheel, and then I'm going to go down some more. It's not quite all the way tightened, but straighten out the leaps. Looking pretty good. Go a little more here. That's good enough. And what I'll do next, I'll put these clips, not really clips, but I don't know, not sure what you call these guys. Those little spacers here. See if I can get that to focus on that. Anyways, this bad boy goes right across in here. Put him on there. And then I'm going to do the same thing down here on this end. Then I bolt it all back together as far as bolting the axle back on. And that should do the trick. But it's not really that hard to do that. I mean, if you got old leaf springs laying around, and let me turn that music down a little bit. Anyways, that's about it right there. That should give us some extra lift. I know it'll give us plenty extra lift because we went from four springs to 6 springs, and we went from 1/4 inch to 5/16. This is all Rubicon Express except for the top spring, the main spring. I believe the main spring is a stock one, but I just basically laminated the Rubicon Express stuff to it, and it should work just fine. Let me show you the underneath the indexing bolt. I want you to get a better look at that, because you definitely want to run an indexing bolt in case you get crazy out there and you don't want the leaf spring slipping out of place. Let me see here. Oh my goodness, let me get this thing just right. Oh, here we go. Okay, come on, focus. There we go, right there. I rounded it off, and it's a nut stacked on the bolt. So I screwed that nut all the way down that bolt to where it was touching the head, and then I rounded them both off together to make a nice round indexing peg. And so that way it'll go in there nice and far. If you use just the bolt, it doesn't go in that far, but that's why I added the nut to it. Maybe I need to slide that axle out a little bit. I'm trying to go in at an angle. That should be going in. Well, this should do the trick. It went from 4-leaf to 6-leaf and thicker leaves. So that should give me the lift I need. Alright. It was pretty cheap too. Parts laying around. Okay, there's our final ride height on the Cherokee there. It was a success. The back end was squatting real bad. I'm not into that look, that's for sure. And plus, I wasn't getting all the articulation I could get out of the rear end on that thing. So doing the out of leafs really helped. So it was a success, and it was costing me next to nothing. It cost the price of some labor by myself and a few bolts to cut up, and it worked out real well. But it's I just got to get up to the 33-inch tires on this thing. We added some bushwhacker fender flares a while ago, and those 31s or 32s, I'm not sure what size they are. Actually, no, they're 31s. Need to go up to a 33 on that one. To then make it look just about right. But anyways, I hope you liked the video, and I hope you guys picked up a couple of tips on it. I know there's probably a lot of stuff out there, a lot of information on doing that. That's just the way I do it, and it works for me. I hope it works for you too. You guys have a good day. Smash the like button, hit subscribe. We got more stuff coming. Stay tuned. Thanks a lot.